Just before I start the video, I just want to let you guys all know that I stream on Twitch. I've been trying to stream every single day at twitch.tv/QuappyTV. If you guys are interested, I'll leave a link in the description. Alright, it's all extremely high level rogue content. Okay, where I'm top of the ladder, top 100 a lot of the time. Okay, only 2x gladiator, but I almost got rank 1 last season. It looks like I'll be able to get rank 1 this season, but we're doing good so far. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's move on to the real intro. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Quappy or Nick here, and today I'm gonna be bringing you guys a rogue PvP guide for Assassination. I don't want this guide to go like too deep into rogue, so we're just gonna do a lot of the basics. So I'm gonna be going over talents, PvP talents, stats, Azurite gear, like with traits, and I might go over a little bit of stuff about in the arena, like what you should be doing. I think I'll probably review a few comps too, so the best comps to be playing for 2v2 and 3v3, but for now, that's it. Let's move on to the guide. Okay, so starting off with talents, I'm just gonna break down the basic talents. Alright, no matter really what comp you're playing, alright, for your normal talents, this is gonna look like your breakdown. Alright, the only thing, some rogues like to switch out elaborate planning and master poisoner. Alright, so some rogues, they go elaborate planning if you're playing rogue mage, but in general, you're just gonna want to stick with all of these no matter what you're doing. Nothing really changes. This is pretty straightforward. Now, going on to honor talents, starting off with trinket. You're almost always going to want trinket. If you're human, relentless can be good since you still have human trinket, but you probably just want to go trinket. It's normally the best pick. Alright, it's needed in a lot of matchups, so we're done with that. Moving on, smoke bomb as an assassination rogue in 2s or 3s. I think smoke bomb is like required. It's almost getting like a free trinket from whichever target you use it on. Okay, so you're gonna want a kidney smoke bomb, and the target will almost always trade a trinket. Then we have maneuverability. This talent is amazing, and I suggest you go at every single matchup. The only time I wouldn't go maneuverability is if you're versing like Destro Holy Priest, where they absolutely have no slows. And in that matchup, then you can go like mind numbing, alright, and system shock, but in general, any team that has a slow, you want to go maneuverability, so you have that freedom sprint, so they can't slow you, and you have extra mobility. Then the final slot, okay, you normally want to take system shock or mind numbing. Now this is heavily dependent on what you're versing, so say you're versing a caster cleave, you're going to want to go mind numbing, because it's just a lot more damage. Mind numbing affects casters, so when they cast an ability, they're going to take extra damage. Whereas system shock is just an extra damage buff whenever you 5 combo point in Venom with all of your bleeds on the target, and it also gives them a snare. But other than that, so you want to go mind numbing versus casters and system shock versus melee generally. So now that we're done honor talents, that's pretty much it. There's not too much more in depth for talents. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Azurite traits and stats. So just starting off, the best traits for assassination, alright, the one trait you want to have, you want to triple stack it, is twist the knife. So twist the knife right here, it basically just makes your Venom do a lot more damage. So you're gonna want to triple stack twist the knife no matter what. Okay, next, you want to move on to Shrouded Suffocation. This is going to make your Garrote give you 2 more combo points every time you use it from stealth, which is absolutely insane. Alright, you're always going to want 1 Shrouded Suffocation if you can. I might even value 1 Shrouded Suffocation over having triple twist the knife. Okay, next, so you're gonna want triple twist the knife, 1 Shrouded Suffocation, and then the other 2 traits are pretty much your own choice. Undulating Tides is really good. Scent of Blood is really good. There's not too many better options. Alright, there's also Nothing Personal, but in general, you got the traits that you're gonna want. You want the triple twist, one shrouded, and then the other two are your choice, okay? Then no, there's nothing required at all. Then also, too, a very important part about Azure gear is the third trait. Now this is gonna be like a small buff normally to your secondary stats. Now in this third row, alright, of traits, you're gonna want to go overwhelming power. This is gonna increase your haste, and it's gonna be huge for doing more damage. So you never really wanna not have an overwhelming power. It's just too good. I wouldn't suggest triple stacking this though. If you have overwhelming power, that's really good, but I'd only go for 2 overwhelming power. And for your third one, I'd probably get like unstable flames, blood siphon can be good. Heed My Call is okay. Earthlink can be good. But that's kind of the breakdown. Now for the defensive trait, there's not really anything too special. Defensive traits are actually getting nerfed tomorrow, alright, which is August 13th for anybody watching the video in the future. And that nerf is actually going to make it so defensive traits don't matter too much. But still, Resounding Protection and Impassive Visage, let me see if I have one. I don't think I have an Impassive Visage. But Impassive Visage is just like, every time you're taking damage, you get healed every 6 seconds. Resounding is just a shield that just comes on you every 30 seconds. Those are going to be the best 2 defensive traits, but they are getting nerfed a lot, so it's not that big of a deal if you don't have them. Now, moving on to stats. The most important thing about Assassination Rogue, I'd say, is haste. Alright? You're gonna you need 20% haste. It's like a soft cap. It makes your bleeds actually tick 1 more time in their duration. Alright? And it's gonna give you a lot more energy. So you 100% want at least 20% haste. Now, after you reach that 20% mark, you can start going for other stats. So, if you're at 20% haste, you're going to want to just drain everything in the versatility. It doesn't really matter. Let me throw in my PvP set. So in my PvP set, alright, we got the 20% haste, and then we're mainly just draining into verse. Now also, one more thing about haste. Okay, you're going to want at least 20% haste, but I wouldn't suggest going over 25% haste, because after you're over 25%, you start losing out on the benefits, and versatility and mastery become greater than haste. Okay, now you're done with haste. Okay, you want 20%, no more than 25%. Then we're moving on to versatility and mastery. Okay, crit is bad, right? So then we need to somehow spread between mastery and verse. Now versatility in general, you just want to go all versatility after you reach that haste cap of 20% to 25%. Okay, now mastery isn't bad. It's a little bit more damage compared to versatility, but there's no defensive benefit of mastery, and mastery does not scale with your Azurite traits such as Crucible of Flame, alright, or Focusing Iris, alright, or Condensed Life Force, whatever you're running. Versatility scales with that. Okay, so in general, right, 20 to 25% haste, then all verse. Mastery isn't bad, but verse is a little bit better for PvP. So now that we're done with secondary stats and traits, let's try to, we'll move on to just Azurite, or your essences. So, the best essences, I'd say, in general, if you're Assassination, you're going to want Memory of Lucid Dreams as your secondary trait, okay, in your minor slot. I never spec out of Memory of Lucid Dreams here. It is so good for the energy regeneration and the heal, and if you have rank 3, it's free verse, so really good. Now as your primary, okay, I'm just spec'd into this Focusing Iris for PvE, but when you're doing PvP, okay, majority of the time you're gonna want to go Crucible of Flame. Okay, so any matchup where you need a lot of damage, just go Flame, alright, especially if you have rank 3, it is 100% your best choice. Now, the only exception, alright, to this rule is Conflict and Strife. Now, when you're versing, alright, like say you're playing a Rogue Mage and you're versing a Rogue Mage Mirror, a lot of times they're gonna hit you. So if you know the other team is going to be hitting you as their main target, you're going to want to go Conflict and Strife. That's going to give you a lot more versatility, a lot more survivability, and overall the best option so you can live, alright, in the whole match. Now, that's pretty much it for essences. It's nothing special, but just always Lucid second as your minor, alright? Flame as your main essence, or Conflict and Strife if they're going to be hitting you. Now another thing, Conflict and Strife gives you maneuverability for free. So in that case, you can go System Shock, Smoke Bomb, and Mind Numbing or Honor Among Thieves. If you're like training a caster, okay, like a mage, you're going to want to go Mind Numbing, but if you're on a melee and Mind Numbing is not going to get any use, just go Honor Among Thieves here. Okay, so now we're going to move on to comps. Alright, so now we got all of our gear set up, we're all optimized for arena. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do, what comps we're going to run, alright, and queue into that arena. So, very strong comps right now in general. If you're running 2v2, you can pretty much play Assassination with any healer and be able to get to a pretty high level. If you're running with a DPS and your Assassination, Rogue Mage, alright, Assassination Fire Mage, alright, maybe Assassination Arcane or Frost, but probably not the best. Okay, so if you're running with a DPS, Assassination Fire Mage is the best comp and really the only viable comp at a high level for an Assassination double DPS comp. Okay, so for 2s, Assa any DPS or Assassination and a Fire Mage. Now in 3v3 you have a few options. Now it's very good, okay? RM Pal, Rogue Mage, Holy Paladin is a very good comp for Assassination, and the Mage's spec does not matter. You also have just Rogue Mage X, so you can really do Rogue, Assassination Rogue, a Mage, and any healer will work. Okay, maybe not Monk and Shaman are the only exceptions, but they can still work, alright, up to a decently high level, but not as high as, let's say, Priest, Resto, Druid, or Holy Paladin. Now besides, alright, RMX, okay, or Rogue Mage and a healer, you can run Rogue Lock, okay, Rogue Destro, Assassination, Destro Lock is a very good comp. Assassination and a Hunter, either BM Hunter, Marksmanship Hunter, or Survival. Normally Survival is the best, okay? Assassination, Hunter can work, okay, but it's not as good as Rogue Mage or Rogue Lock. And I'd say the last Rogue comp that's viable is Assassination Rogue and a Shadow Priest. Now, this comp can also be really good, alright? It's best paired with a Shaman or Druid. Alright, and also Paladin can work. Okay, same with Lock. You're normally going to want, alright, if you're running Assassination on Destro, you're normally going to want a Holy Paladin or a Shaman. Alright, and Druid can also work. Okay, so if you're running Rogue Mage X, you're going to want Holy Paladin or Druid or Priest as your healer. If you're running any other rogue comp, you're normally going to want a Shaman, a Druid, or a Holy Paladin. So we're kind of just swapping the Priest and the Shaman in the matchups, or in the comps. But in general, that's about everything. We reviewed, right, all the talents, all the Azerite gear. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or check out my stream. I've been trying to stream every day at twitch.tv/QuapiTV. I'll try to put something on the screen so you guys can see it. But that's about it. Very simple rogue guide. I'm going to put out another probably with a lot more information on rogue, going into details in games and what you have to do to win games when after you have your setups, okay? After you got your haste that you need, you got your trades, you're ready for the arena. I'm going to be teaching you guys what to do once you're ready for the arena and how to take people out. But for now, it's been your boy Quappy or Nick or Flares. I hope you guys have a great day or night or whenever you're watching this video, but peace out.